Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You. If you're watching this on my BitChute channel, Comic Freak, all of you, we're going to be reviewing Age of X-Men, Prisoner X, Issue 4. And we'll start off with the cover. The cover is a lie. If you see the two guards in the background where Honey Badger and Beast are fighting, you'll know this is... Well, what's up with it is these guys don't appear at all in this comic book. In the comic book, they have these, little helmets they wear that are basically so close to the face, the helmet might as well be their heads. And you'll see that this is a total lie. We also see Bishop fighting Forge, and in no way does this scene ever happen in the comic book. But otherwise, it's a very well put together cover, and I really like it. It's drawn well, and it was drawn by Patch Ziegler and Brian Reber. It's a good cover, and we come to the first page with interior art by German Parada. We have Bishop walking towards Bishop's cell. He says to Bishop he got into this business to help people. Bishop says, "People like me, huh?" Which is laughable because Bishop knows that they are being held against their will, and secondly, that this is all an illusion. He knows that even Forge is being controlled by someone. Now, the artwork here is good. I really enjoy the reflection of Forge in the door. I thought it looked pretty well drawn. Looks like a mirror. But it's not the best artwork I've seen. But for Marvel right now, this is some of the better artwork that's coming out. Now, Bishop is planning something, and he continues to humor Forge. Forge continues to say that they're only there because they broke the law, and once they learn their lesson that they are all free to leave. He wants all of them to leave this prison and go and reintegrate back into their society. Bishop says their society isn't real, or rather he knows it's not real. He says they're being controlled. Bishop says they are being controlled, and after Forge leaves, he's out of his cell because he was in solitary confinement, and he continues to ask everyone in the facility what they remember, and everyone starts to remember what they remember of their past lives, but some of it's other people remember, others it's completely different. Bishop sadly leaves after he's done, thinking all these people have been severely damaged by their time here. Diana Moonstar has gone to see Lorna Dane, Polaris. She tells Polaris that she remembers that Polaris broke out of her restraints and was going around thrashing the guards. Polaris, for her part, is completely surprised. She says to Danielle she's the first person that remembered every incident. Every incident Lorna Dane has had when she's used her powers, she's just wound up with her mind going fuzzy and being back in restraints with no one remembering what happened. Bishop's plan comes to fruition. All the people who are in the facility agree to help Bishop, and all of them escape. So, Bishop goes the next day, and his plan is about to put into motion. All of them are ready for the signal to be given. Earlier, he had gone to a few of them and gotten their blessing, and they joined his cause. Particularly, we see Honey Badger as well as another mutant who has wings and tattoos on her, and they all agree to help him. Honey Badger says, "You better be right, big man," as she offers him an apple as she's saying that. Bishop's plan will commence the moment he confronts Beast. Beast has agreed for his part in this plan, and Beast is waiting in the food line for Bishop to come and see him. Bishop, eating an apple that he got from Honey Badger, throws it at Beast's head. Beast smiles and says, "Make a good show of things." And the fight is on. The fight is to basically get the guards to come out so everyone can bum rush them at once. But they have to make this look like a good fight. And Bishop and him start squaring off and they start beating each other. It's a rather good and rather violent fight. The fight begins with Bishop whopping Beast in the face with a right hook, and Beast goes back with his powers dampened. He is no stronger than any other ordinary man, so that blue fur is no protection at all for him. The fight is good. It's not the best fight. It's just at least we're getting some action finally in this series. And we see all the other mutants gape in awe as the two start fighting out for no reason. Forge, for his part, goes into a little room he has, and he has a kill switch with controls, meaning that he could kill everyone in the facility. And he says to himself, I'm sorry. He's not actually going to kill anyone. He's going to use the collar on it to knock everyone unconscious. Apparently that's what you think he's going to do as you read the comic book. But if you wait a few more minutes, you'll see that what he's actually planning to do. We go back to the fight with Beast and Bishop. Bishop says to Beast, you're making this a little too real. And Beast says, I gotta make it real, even as he's screaming, Rah! And Bishop says, really? Everyone around them is cheering on the fight. We see Lorna Dane and Polaris hanging back, getting ready to do their part. Everyone else is acting pretty well in this, and we even see a couple of the guards start approaching the fight. The moment the guards enter the facility and bash down residents there, all the mutants end up ganging up on them, and they scream, "We got the guards surrounded! It's payback time!" And all the mutants in the facility grab chairs and trays and start whomping on the guards. The guards, for their most part, remain calm. Well, that's mostly because they're not actually human or even mutant. As we see Forge, apparently he wasn't actually going to kill anyone or knock anyone unconscious because Legion confronts Forge. He says to him, "You aren't in charge here, and our benefactor wouldn't like it." Because apparently Forge was going to actually release all the inmates of the facility and set them free. Legion knows this, and he stops Forge. He's saying to him, "You're going to ruin all my fun if you do that," with Legion smiling at this. Forge, for his part, just tries to make the controls scrambled, saying, "Enough suffering, we deserve more." Even as he just manages to cause the controls on the collars to fritz out and fall off the inmates. This might have been part of Legion's plan as well, because he still looks happy about this. He didn't fight, but he didn't try to stop Forge all that hard. Apparently, Legion is now in cahoots with X-Men. The last time I saw them, they were fighting each other. And we go back to the brawl, and all the mutants' collars fall off of them. We see the Beast look down, and we also see Honey Badger look down as their collars unlock and disengage from their throats. Their mutant abilities are back in full mode, and they commence to start attacking the guards. And I have to say, the artwork is good. It was better earlier, but I think it's starting to fall off a bit here in this point, because Laura looks all muddy, all colored badly. But as they gain their powers back, they also gain their memories back. Honey Badger says, "No, it's a lie, it's a lie." And another mutant who is apparently, well, part Oni or something, with a fiery hand, and who remembers a big red mutant with pointy ears, either her brother or her boyfriend, I'm not quite sure which. She looks down at her hand as her memories come back, and the fight becomes a full-on brawl as all the mutants go nuts and start wailing on the guards. The guards, for their most part, aren't even remotely human, as I've said. They're like these androids, but not. They're like filled with pure blackness and nothingness. They're like what you'd get if you poured a bit of smoke into a suit and filled it up, only it's able to move around. And they commence to tear the guards apart. When we end with the issue with Legion laughing like a maniac, he sees the mayhem he's caused. Now, this comic was better. This is the best part of the issue in the series. It's not a great series by any stretch, because this is the best it's been in it. And I have to say, if you want to read it, fine, but I still didn't enjoy this all that much. Now, if you like this review, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you're not subscribed, please subscribe to me and hit that bell. I want you to see all my future videos. I want you also to hit that like button and leave some comments down below. Now, if you're watching this on BitChute, please subscribe to Comic Freak, my BitChute channel. And also, keep checking back in future videos for more news on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. It'll be far better than this comic book. I'll be back again tomorrow with another review or video, and I'll see you all again then.